Kling 2.1 is out with its standard version, and it's got Kling 2.1 Master, which they say has superb dynamics and prompt adherence. So what I'm going to do today is test, really push Kling to its limits. Now, I've always said that Kling is one of my absolute favorites. Wasn't until Google Veo came out this past week that I was like, hey, there might be a new kid in town. So Kling 2.1, Rosh and I have had some mixed results on this. We really loved Kling 2.0, but we're going to do Kling 2.1 versus 2.1 Master. Now, I'm going to do two different scenes here with very complex prompts, and I'm going to see if it's worth it to spend the full 100 credits that a 5-second video costs in the 2.1 Master. Now, conversely, the Kling 2.1 Standard, a 5-second video on that is only 35 credits. So if you have the just the standard package, where I think it's like $20 a month, you get only like 700 credits a month. So at 100 credits a pop for these videos, you really want to weigh, is it worth it to, spend that many credits? So, all right. So what I did was I started on over with Colors 2.0, and I generated a couple scenes. What I wanted to do is have this like tree that burns down and turns into a phoenix as it flies away. And then also I let ChatGPT kind of build a second scene for me. So it was an underground subway station, overgrown with moss and twisted vines. Biomechanical centipede slinks along the rails. An odd kind of body. This one looked a little weird, so I didn't go with that one. But, and that one looks like it's got like Mona Lisa's in it, so I stayed away from that one. So I chose this one here on the left. I believe I chose this one here. And so then I asked also for the prompt to then bring it to life here. So we're going to jump right in. I want to show the 2.1 professional mode, where I had that tree. I began with a slow zoom of the gnarled old tree in a psychedelic sky. Pulses warp subtly. Cracked desert floor trembles. Glowing veins with circuitries. There's a lot going on here. Suddenly the tree ignites with vibrant blue and magenta flames. So we'll see if that happens. The bark peels away, and it transforms into a radiant cyberpunk phoenix. Feathers made of holographic shards. Eyes glowing with AI light. Launching into the sky as dust spirals in a pixel storm, and then the final shot's the phoenix flying over a neon-lit city. So, look, that's a lot to happen in 5 seconds. So I might have asked a little bit too much, but let's jump right in and see what we have here. Watch it a few times. So, all right. It kind of explodes like it's burning a little bit. I definitely have the cyberpunk phoenix. The sky is still psychedelic, so that's cool. We've got these like shards of stuff, and then we've got the neon lit city right at the end. So altogether, for this one just being the 35 credit one, pretty good. I mean, outside of the tree burning and turning into a phoenix, more like the phoenix kind of just pops up as a character, and this tree doesn't change at all. So that's a little bit frustrating, but otherwise not bad. All right, let's see what Kling 2.1 Master did with this exact same prompt. So, all right, so same kind of explosion. The phoenix looks better, way better detail. It got wider. That was pretty cool. But still, the tree remained the same. We did have a little bit of a blue kind of flame. Let's see what we have going on with the city that happens underneath it. All right, so another neon lit city. Now, the phoenix distorts a bit as it flies away. Let's look at that. It's kind of shows its AI colors there. I'd expect a little more from Master on this one. Let me know in the comments what you think. The tree kind of just goes away. It doesn't transform into the phoenix, which is kind of what I was looking for. So maybe I can try to reprompt it and get something a little bit better there. But all right, so this next scene here, a camera tracks the biomechanical centipede crawling down the abandoned station. Lights flicker and sync with segmented movement. As it passes, the ground beneath begins to bloom in reverse. Flowers reassembling from wilted fragments, soil lifting into roots, vines retracting from decay. Each centipede segment collapses into floating glass orbs that rise like bubbles, warping around them. Entire subway peels away like paper to reveal a fully restored garden in bloom, bathed in surreal golden light. Final moment, the original centipede is reborn as a swarm of butterflies flying backwards through time. Whoa. Again, a lot. I asked ChatGPT to really put it through its paces, and I don't think ChatGPT likes Kling. I think it set it up for failure. But let's see what we have here. So this is going to be just the standard 2.1. Go full screen, see what we have here. So, all right, it's the centipede turning into these bubbles. We've got the flowers kind of growing behind it, but we never had that full scene transformation into a whole garden where something peels away. So it kind of listened to about half the prompt here. I do like the bubbles, the bubbles into the butterflies. That looks kind of cool. Let's see. All right, not too bad. Again, Kling. I've always liked Kling, but this definitely has an AI feel to it. And, ultimately the goal is to make this look realistic to where you can't tell that it's AI. But, all right, tell me, let me know what you think in the comment on this one. It's interesting. It definitely has a lot going on here. But all right, let's see here where Kling 2.1 Master did. So again, tracking the centipede, crawling in the station, lights flicker, segmented movement, bloom in reverse, whole bunch of stuff happening. All right, well, at least now we're into the last final scene, but I don't know if the bubbles and the butterfly, it's pretty good. But it changes this scene pretty quickly. It's not like a peel away paper like in the prompt asked for. It's more just like a transition from one scene to the other where it kind of moves away and dissolves. I don't know. Not too bad. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think in both of these instances, the master version outperformed the standard 2.1, but enough to be, 3 times the amount of credits? I don't think so. I think that with the right prompt, if you just stick with the professional or the standard 2.1, you're going to be just fine. Even if you go back to 2.0, actually, Rosh and I have had better experience with the 2.0, but it's still, I believe, it's still the 100 credits even on the 2.0. So, 2.1, 2.0 master. I mean, I would still try the 2.1, I guess, but ultimately it's up to you. But right now it actually seems like the 35 credits on the standard Kling 2.1 is the best bang for your buck. So again, in the comments, let me know if you have any questions or anything that you'd like to see us test down the road. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. It really helps Rosh and I. We're marching towards that 1,000 subs. We're getting closer every day. In fact, that might be a dated sentence here in a few days, hopefully. And if you want to catch up on all the latest news and updates in the world of AI, check out the Creative AI Show. We do it every Monday on all the popular streaming platforms and right here on YouTube. And until then, we're two creative guys talking AI.